Everyone, I'm missing your faces in person. I just stare at myself. um, Hopefully things compute on the screen okay. And if they do not, or if you have suggestions or feedbacks or comments, please know that you can always reach out to me via email, Tessa at tessatovar, which is TOV as in Victor, AR.com. I want to hear from you. What's working? What's not working? So we're going to head to our mat today for our Vinyasa practice and assemble a downward facing dog. And if downward facing dog doesn't work for you for whatever reason today, you can always just take your knees to the mat and find tabletop, or you can take your hips to your heels and find child's pose. Just remember, you always have that option. You can even come in and out of downward facing dog. So whatever shape you're making, let's actively press down through the palms of the hands. If you're in down dog, relax your head so you can start to feel that length of the spine. And then give a little squeeze with your fingertips into the mat. And start to feel this pressure of the whole palm of the hand in the floor. And notice how when you actively press your hand into the floor, there's this sensation or kind of ripple effect that moves up the spine into the tailbone. Keep relaxing your head. And find your breath here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Twice more like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. We'll shift forward slightly, like halfway towards a high plank. So tailbone still a little bit lifted. And then let's step the right foot forward in between the hands, come up onto your fingertips. So you're just in this supported low lunge. Your left knee is still lifted. And I want you to shift forward so that you're on the ball mound of the left foot. And that left heel, it's like it's looking at the ceiling. Press down into your right heel. And then see if you can spin that left heel flat. So it's like you have warrior one legs. And in warrior one, even though we're turning that back leg out, we're still facing forward with the chest and the shoulders. Press into both feet, deep breath in. And then on your breath out, lift your left heel back up. So you're rotating the hip point of the left leg to point down. So you just moved back towards a low lunge. Press into those hands, move the hips up and back, downward facing dog. That right foot meets the left foot, down dog. Or tabletop or child's pose. Remember, you always have these options, these modifications. Let's take 3 breaths. Find that sensation of pressing the hands down, that rebound, that ripple effect through the spine, that really gentle grip of the fingertips into the mat. Let's take one more breath here. And then find that halfway shift forward, kind of like you were traveling towards high plank, but you stopped halfway there. And step your left foot forward in between the hands. Come up onto your fingertips. You know, if you have props at home, such as blocks or books that you like to use, you can always place them underneath the fingertips to make the arms a little bit longer here. Okay, so press down into your left heel. That's the one that's forward. And then shift forward onto the ball mound of the right foot. So you feel your right heel bone stack on top of the ball mound of the foot. I really want you to think about pressing down into the feet, into the fingertips, and then spin that right heel to the mat. So it's just a rotation of the leg in the hip socket on that back leg. Everything else stays the same. So the torso, the shoulders, the chest still facing forward. You've just rotated the back leg. Deep breath in here. Deep breath out. And then we'll rotate that right heel back up so you come to that low lunge. Really subtle shift. Press down into those hands. Move your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, press the floor away, a little grip in the fingertips. Exhale, let your heels be heavy. They do not have to touch the floor. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We'll shift forward into a true high plank, static. So shifting forward, hips kind of lower, a little bit below the shoulders. And you can feel the sensation of the inner thighs squeezing together, quadriceps moving away from the knees. Activate the hands here. So just like you did in down dog, you're pressing the floor away, a little squeeze with the fingertips. Take 1 more breath in. And then breath out, come all the way onto the belly. And then be sure you have space above you. We're going to extend the arms up and overhead, like you're karate chopping the floor. So pinky side of the hand down, thumb side of the hand pointing up. Let your forehead rest. It may take a couple tries to get this moving, but on our inhale, we're going to lift up through the chest. Lift the left arm and kind of roll onto your right side. It's like you're opening up into this diagonal Y shape with the arms. And then let that left hand come back down. Keep that karate chop. You roll a little bit onto the left side and lift your right arm up. And maybe you, if that's not making sense what I'm saying, just watch me a couple times. So I'm going to rock side to side, rolling onto the right, lift that left arm up. Keeping this little karate chop with my hands as I just rotate side to side. And see if you move side to side. When you do that, can you relax your neck? And deepen the breath. Usually it's a little bit harder to breathe when you're moving into a shape that's kind of like a back bend. And so just do your best to breathe in your own way, normally, whatever that means for you. And 1 more time to each side. Left arm reaches up. Left arm comes down. Right arm reaches up. Right arm comes down. We'll fold the hands right underneath the forehead and just soften here. Relax. 3 rounds of breath. All right, good. So we'll press the palms underneath the shoulders, come up to tabletop, and then a few rounds of cat-cow. So you can just start to, on your own, articulate the spine forward, backward. You can shift the weight side to side. You can barrel roll through the chest. Just getting a little bit of movement in between each vertebrae. Come forward to a static tabletop, curl the toes under. Just lift the knees up, come into high plank again. So in your high plank, feel that pressure of the palms pressing the floor away. There's this slight round of the upper back, a little squeeze of the fingertips into the mat. Keep that and then lift the hips up and back, find downward facing dog. Settle into your down dog, deep breath in, deep breath out. Twice more, inhale through the nose, exhale. So that little lunge flow we did, we're going to do that again. I'm going to give you 1 more little addition and then we'll start to move into our flow. So shift forward halfway towards high plank. Step your right foot between the hands. Come up onto your fingertips, breathe in here, shift forward onto the ball mound of that left foot, and then spin the left heel flat. So in essence, you're in warrior 1 with your legs. Now, fingertips can crawl forward of that right foot a little bit. Left heel lifts up. Step left foot forward to meet the right foot, And it's like you're in Utkatasana without the arms. So the belly's resting on the thighs, my gaze is down, my neck is long. Deep breath in here, deep breath out. Okay, so this right leg is gonna stay bent and your left foot's gonna step all the way back to lunge. You're gonna press into your hands, step back to high plank and downward facing dog. Okay, reset in your down dog. Find that grip in your fingertips, palms flat, press the floor away, deep breath in, deep breath out. Shift forward halfway towards plank. Step the left foot forward. Come up onto your fingertips, shift forward onto the ball end of the right foot. Now spin your right heel flat. Left knee still bent. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift that right heel back up, so you're turning your right hip point down. Walk your fingertips forward of your left foot. Can you keep this left knee bent while you step your right foot forward into this Utkatasana, this chair pose with the fingertips on the floor, belly to thighs. Neck relaxed, shoulders soft. Inhale, exhale. All right, so we're gonna keep the bend in this left knee. Step the right foot back to lunge. Pause here, breathe in. Breathe out, high plank. Hips rise, downward facing dog. Relax your head. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Lift both your heels up, bend your knees. Start to make your way forward towards the top of the mat. Take your feet a little bit wider. Hands come to blocks, or fingertips can just kind of graze the floor. You can grab your opposite elbows if you like. We'll take a few breaths here in our forward fold. So we're going to play with that Utkatasana, and we'll add on from Utkatasana. Utkatasana is chair pose again. So take your feet a comfortable distance from one another. I like my feet slightly separated, and it's like I could place one fist in between my big toe knuckle mounds. From there, I'm going to bend my knees, sink my hips again, belly to thighs, come to your fingertips. Remember, you can always add props underneath your hands here. So I'm getting really low in my Utkatasana, even lower than I think I can. See if you can move the weight to the heel bones, and then without moving your hips, stretch your arms straight forward. So low, low, low Utkatasana, like the kind you hate. Okay, inhale here. And exhale, forward fold. Hips lift, backs of the legs lengthen, come back to your fold. I'm going to do that a couple more times. So come up onto your fingertips, deep bend in the knees, keep the feet flat. Lower the hips a little bit lower, like the kind of chair pose that's going to be uncomfortable and you won't be able to hold very long because your thighs are burning. And then once you get that place, lift your arms just to the best of your ability. Lift your arms. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Relax your head. One more time with that Utkatasana. Bend the knees, sink the hips, belly to thighs. Fingertips are on the mat first. Find that level of depth and then lift your arms. Now this time, press down through the feet and stand up, reach up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Take a few breaths here. Maybe you close your eyes, feel your feet rooting down into the floor. Feel the texture of whatever you're standing on and the temperature against your skin. All right, so our flow is going to look kind of like how we prepped, but we'll add on to it like I mentioned. So from where you are, breathe in, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, start to bend the knees, sink the hips. Low, 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 Utkatasana. Reach the arms forward. And we're going to shift the weight into the right foot and step the left foot back into lunge. Breathe in, reach the arms up. Crescent lunge. And then exhale, just spin that left heel flat. So shoulders point forward, chest points forward, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. It's like a very, very modified Surya Namaskar B or sun salutation. Okay, from here, lift that left heel up again. Just kidding, set the left heel back down. Bring that right leg towards straight. And then fingertips frame out the right leg, fold over the right leg. So both feet are flat. That back foot's at a bit of an angle, like a 45-degree angle. Relax your head here, breathe in, breathe out. From here, we'll step into high plank. If you want to, you can shift forward, move through chaturanga, come through up dog or locust or low cobra, and then exhale your way back to maybe child's pose or downward facing dog. Take a few centering breaths. And we'll meet up in down dog if you're not already there. We're going to sweep that left leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip so that left knee is pointing towards the ceiling. A little bit of a twist, open twist for the pelvis. And then exhale, step that left foot forward. Rise up to crescent lunge. So we're just kind of reversing the same way we came into this. From your crescent lunge, spin your right heel flat. You're in warrior 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. So this back foot is going to step forward to meet the front leg in Utkatasana, your chair pose. When you're ready, reach your arms forward. Keep that front leg bent. Utkatasana, settle in. Inhale. Exhale, press down through the feet, stand up, reach up. Hands to the heart. Pause, reset. Option to close the eyes. Blink the eyes open, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, bend the knees, sink the hips, and find your chair. Arms stretch forward. We're going to shift the weight into the left foot this time, and the right foot's going to come back into crescent lunge. And as you reach that right foot back into crescent lunge, the torso lifts and the arms lift. From here, spin the right heel flat. And that's just going to pivot your back foot into an angle for warrior 1. Inhale. And then press that left leg towards straight. Hands come down so you can frame out the front foot. Parshvottanasana, so we're just folding over that front straight leg. Both legs are straight, both feet are flat. Back foot's at an angle. Relax your head, breathe in, breathe out. From this position, we'll step back into high plank, and then option to move through Vinyasa. Whatever kind of back bend you want to make, could be cat-cow. And then maybe you rest in child's pose or down dog. We'll reset here, 3 full breath cycles. Good, so we'll meet up in our downward facing dog. If you're not already there, make your way. From your down dog, sweep that right leg up and back, bend the knee, open the hip. A little bit of rotation, for the pelvis. Re-extend the right leg. Step the right foot forward between the hands. Rise up to Crescent Lunge. From your Crescent Lunge, your back heel spins towards flat. Your chest, your shoulders remain pointing forward. Warrior One. Inhale. Exhale. Now the arms are going to reach forward and that back foot's going to step forward to meet the front foot, Utkatasana chair pose. Press down into your feet, stand tall, reach up. Exhale your hands to your heart. One more time through with one little addition. Okay. We'll blink the eyes open. We'll inhale, shift the weight to the right foot, lift the left knee, and then turn the left knee out to the left side. Okay, so left knee turns to the left. Place the ankle on top of the right thigh. Bend the standing right knee so it's like your right leg is in Utkatasana while your left leg is in figure four. And so can this be like Utkatasana with the left hip opener? Find yourself balancing on your right foot. And if you're wobbly and falling out, that's okay. It's part of building the strength and the knowledge and the muscle memory in your body to balance. Press down into that right foot, lift that left knee up, send it back to Crescent Lunge. Stretch your arms overhead, Crescent Lunge to your paws, breathe in. Spin that left heel flat, Warrior One. Press the right leg straight, hands come forward, frame the right foot, fold over the right leg, two straight legs, two flat feet. Inhale. Exhale. From here, high plank, make your way. Choose a Vinyasa flow that suits you. Meet me in downward facing dog when you're ready. Remember to take a break if you need. One more breath wherever you are. From downward facing dog, we'll sweep that left leg up and back, bend the knee, open the hip. Re-extend the left leg. Step the left leg forward between the hands. Rise up to Crescent Lunge. Spin that right heel flat, Warrior One. Inhale. Exhale. So here's the change. We're going to lean the torso forward, stretch the arms forward, right heel lifts for Crescent Lunge, and you're going to reach forward like you're coming into a really easy airplane pose. So all the weight shifts to the left leg, right leg floats up and back. Maybe the arms stretch forward or hands can come to the heart. And then standing up, pull that right knee forward and through. And then settle into Utkatasana chair pose. Press down into your heels, stand up. Hands to the heart, pause. We'll blink the eyes open and shift the weight into the left foot. So one more round through this. Right knee will lift again. You just came from here. Right knee turns off to your right, right ankle to left thigh. Bend that standing left knee, and the body is like it's in chair pose with figure four on the right side. Okay, so hands could be at the heart. I find that helps with balance for me. If you want a little extra challenge, you can stretch your arms forward. Keep bending the standing knee to the best of your ability. Even if you're wobbly, even if you fall out. Let's stand back up, lift that right knee, send the right foot back, Crescent Lunge. Just take a beat to pause there, land in your Crescent Lunge. Spin your right heel flat, Warrior One. Left leg straightens, hands come down and forward to frame your left foot out. Fold over your left leg. Breathe in, breathe out. You can plant those palms, step into high plank. If you like a vinyasa flow, here's the last optional vinyasa. Meeting me in downward facing dog when you're ready for it. Remember, it's okay to take breaks. It's highly encouraged. If you're ready to move on with me, inhale, right leg lifts. Bend that right knee towards the ceiling. Open the hip. Three-legged down dog. And then stepping the right foot forward and between the hands. Rise up to crescent lunge. Spin that back heel flat. Warrior one. Okay, here's the change. Again, we're going to add on by reaching the hands forward, lifting the left heel up, and launching all the weight into the right foot, coming towards airplane pose with the arms stretching forward or hands to the heart. Left hip's pointing towards the mat, so are the left toes. And then we'll pull the torso upright, pull that left knee forward and through. We'll settle into Utkatasana. One last time, Utkatasana. And this time I want you to take your fingertips down to the ground, belly to thighs, and sink lower in your Utkatasana until your heels lift and you come to a seat in the middle of your mat. Adjust your sits bones. So I like to pull the flesh of my glutes back so I can feel my sits bones on the mat. And we're going to come into Navasana. So maybe you take your hands behind your knees. Maybe you keep the knees bent or straighten out through the legs. Just take a moment here, breathe in, lift the chest. All right, so from Navasana, hands rest behind you, fingertips point forward. Can you cross, bend your right knee, cross it on top of the left thigh, bend your left knee, and then shift forward. So right ankle is on top of left knee. So we're stacking opposite joints. If this does not work for you, easy cross-legged seat with the right shin forward. Fingertips forward of the right shin. Fold in any amount. And that fold in the amount is going to be really different for all of us. So pay attention to what your body is telling you. Listen when it tells you that's enough. All right. So as we lift the chest up, here's what we're doing. We're working active range of motion by not using our hands to adjust the feet. So can you bring the hands back behind you, lift the feet up, and find your variation of Navasana boat pose. And then we're going to switch sides with the feet. So that left ankle hovers right above that right knee, left knee moves out to the side. And it's like you're trying to stack your joints here as you come forward into an upright seat. And then again, if this left ankle on top of right knee doesn't work, left shin forward, easier cross-legged seat. Coming into your forward fold. Any amount is good. Any amount is enough. Relax your head. 2 more breaths here. All right, we'll start to lift up. One more time to Navasana without using the hands. Can you lift your feet up? Legs can be bent, that's okay. If you want to straighten out your legs, if you want to extend your arms, one more breath in. And then slowly, can you roll your low back down, upper back, release your legs, release your arms, coming all the way onto your back into Shavasana. Take your feet a little bit wider, roll your shoulders underneath your back. Take up a little bit more space. Lightly tilt the chin in towards the chest. We're going to find a full minute of silence here to settle, to let all of that go, let it all rest, all those perceived successes and failures. Breathe in, breathe out. 1 minute of Shavasana. About the 30-minute mark, you need to move on with your day. I'll start to guide us out. If you have more time to spare in Shavasana, please, I always encourage you to take as long as you can. If you do need to move on, weaken fingertips and toes. You can move your head side to side. Stretch your arms overhead. Breathe into the length of the body. And breathing out, roll off to a side. And pressing into your hands, come up to a brief seated position, however it's comfortable to you, on a chair, on a prop. Let's take the left palm facing up, the right palm facing down. So you're just stacking your hands, and then interlock the fingers. So left palm up, right hand down, palms flat, interlock the fingers, rest that in your lap. Soften your shoulders, breathe in, breathe out. This is a mudra for mental clarity and connection to the soul self. That quiet whisper of a voice, that intuitive knowing that rests within us all. My hope is that you, when you come to the mat, you learn something about yourself, you gather some knowledge, and you can look at it with a lens of compassion, curiosity, and wonder. And take that with you and share it out with everyone that you come into contact with. And finally, joining the hands together at the heart, bowing the chin into the chest with reverence and gratitude for the practice. Namaste, yogis. Okay, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed. Have a great day. Come back again soon. We have restorative on Thursday. Hope to have you there.